Many spiders turn thin strands of silk into delicate webs to filter insects out of the sky. But once the web is constructed, some spiders just have to sit and wait for an insect to make the biggest mistake of its life. Our next contender is another spider that, like the tarantula, has decided that waiting for its prey is boring. Only this hunter has turned silk into a most unusual weapon. When the lights go out, the stealth fighter of the spider world crawls into action. It uses the sensitive hairs on its feet to detect the vibrations of a potential meal. And then it spits. If you blinked, you missed it. This is the spitting spider, and it fires out a sticky web in just 140 milliseconds, less than half the time it takes you to blink an eye. You need super high-speed cameras to capture the action. Its fangs fire 2 strands of silk that are coated in not just glue, but also paralyzing venom. The fibers spray out in a zigzag pattern, immobilizing the prey with sticky silk and poison. And if you hunt jumping spiders, your prey takes a lot of immobilizing. Jumping spiders have excellent eyesight and are quite capable of turning the hunter into the hunted. But thanks to its strange weapon, the spitting spider can keep its distance as it tracks its dangerous prey. But a venomous web is not the only thing that's been used to stop things in their tracks. All you need is instant banana peel. Take a handful of the patented powder, add a little water, and you can create an impossibly slippery surface. While instant banana peel was invented back in 1967, today the U.S. military are using more advanced forms of ATM, or anti-traction materials. The idea is that if you've covered the ground in this goo, there's no way through for both people and vehicles. The spitting spider has also found a defensive use for its strange secretions, especially since it's only about the size of a grain of rice, and there are bigger spiders out there that also have a taste for 8-legged lunches. Thanks to its very weird weapon, this is one little spider that spits in the face of danger. Getting a mouthful of venomous silk may deter the spider, but there are far stranger and far more potent weapons still to come in the countdown. Contender in our countdown of the natural world's weirdest weapons is an animal that's found an unusual way to round up its food. It hunts just like a farmer using a pack of noisy dogs to corral cattle into a manageable herd. But the animal at number 3 in the countdown lives far from the farm, and instead of whistling at dogs, it blows bubbles. From out of the ocean depths comes the humpback whale. Just a tap with your 15-foot-long fin would quickly settle most arguments. The trouble is that one of the biggest animals on the planet eats some of the smallest fish in the sea. In summer, a humpback needs to eat up to a ton of food every day. But if it had to catch the fish one by one, it would surely starve. That's why humpback whales use a most remarkable weapon. They're number 3 in the countdown because they go fishing using a net made out of a little air and a lot of noise. The first step is to swim beneath a school of unsuspecting herring. Several whales may work together to exhale big bursts of bubbles. Trapped inside curtains of air that can be 100 feet in diameter, the fish freak out and form a tightly packed school. But why don't the fish just swim through the bubbles? Well, recent research suggests that the humpbacks fire blasts of noise at the bubble net, creating a barrier of deafening sound. It seems that their carefully placed calls may leave a relatively quiet region in the center of the net, and this is where the fish congregate, as far as possible from the terrifying noise in the bubble wall. And this tightly packed ball of fish is the target for hungry humpbacks. Sometimes more than 20 whales may join in a communal lunge through the bubble net to swallow great gulps of concentrated seafood. A wall of sound and bubbles may not seem like much of an impenetrable barrier, but then looks can be deceiving. After all, who would have thought that a nice-looking suit could stop a bullet? These fashionable designs look nothing like the standard body armor. Specializing in high-security fashion, Colombian designer Miguel Caballero has been called the Armani of bulletproof apparel. His clothes are for executives who demand maximum discretion, comfort, and flexibility. Manufactured from weaves of specially treated synthetic thread, these clothes can stop bullets from anything up to an Uzi machine gun. But not even the thinnest jacket can compete with the humpback whale's wall of bubbles. It may not be able to stop a bullet, but in combination with the whale's sonic booming, it's more than enough to corner schools of herring. However, this bubbling fish trap is nothing compared to the complicated apparatus constructed by our next contender.